Hello everybody and welcome to JSmith takes a quick look at Paranautical Activity. Paranautical Activity is a first-person voxel-based roguelike strategy extravaganza, I suppose. I have no idea how the game sells itself. Let me see here real quick. What the hell is it? It is a Paranautical Activity is a crazy fast-paced voxel roguelike FPS. Apparently that's what the game likes to call itself. But what the game actually is pretty fun. It's currently in beta form, so take what you will out of that. Right now, in like any typical roguelike fashion, I am tasked to hang out on this level, kill a bunch of dudes, get some money, and head down to the next floor, obviously guarded by the boss. Every room, you're kind of locked into once you cross the threshold into this room. I'm gonna be locked inside of there, and so bad guys are gonna spawn. I'm gonna kill the bad guys and kind of finish off the rest of the floor that way. So let's take a look at this. And I am tasked to do this mission with my trusty shotgun. But every time that you start a new game, you get a new weapon. Not to say that the weapons are infinite, no. There's a certain set of weapons. This is actually the first time I did get the shotgun, though. Usually I will start with a regular rifle. I don't want to say bolt action because it's not bolt action. It's probably like a semi-automatic rifle. There's also a crossbow that does a lot of damage, but it's really slow. And then there's also a grenade launcher, but the grenades are actually bombs, which is strange. But I'll show you a little bit of what the bombs look like. I'm going to right click here and just toss out that bomb. It doesn't do any damage because I missed. That's alright. Shotgun is doing pretty well. This is about... I played the game for roughly half an hour, 45 minutes or so. Haven't got the farthest, only down to about like the third floor or so, before I eventually got murdered to death. Murdered to death, I think that's redundant. Whatever. I'm gonna walk through this door, and you can tell that this door is some bad business because it's got the red outline. That means the boss is in here. If you see on the left-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner of my screen, there's a compass with that red little blobby thing, or I guess it's a star. That is indicative of the boss. So I'm gonna walk through here, and I'm greeted by a big giant skull man who is spitting out green beams from his eyes, and also a bunch of different arachnids from his face, of which, if you know anything about me or the channel, I'm not a big fan of the spiders. Probably the scariest things in the entire world. Luckily, the game's difficulty isn't too bad. Well, like, not right here at least. When I start getting down to the farther floors, it becomes increasingly difficult, and my tactics of simply running around the enemies is kind of like nullified. So I killed the boss. I'm awarded with this sweet skull. Every time you kill a boss, you get something, you know, that has to do with that boss you defeated. So this time, I got the floating skull, which I guess my bombs now float, which is, I have no idea. Good, bad, I'm kind of indifferent. There's a grenade launcher that I could pick up. Really like this shotgun, but I'll test out the grenade launcher. Now, as you can see, it just shoots these bombs. I'm not sure what the point of that is. I don't have $250 to get rum, but I wish I did. And I don't have $250 to get a horseshoe, but I wish I did as well. But suffice to say, I'm just a homeless man living in a rich man's world. What I should do right now is probably go through the rest of... I'll go through this room, just because it seems big and open and empty, which is basically my sign that there's only going to be that big demon gentleman that's standing in the middle of it, who's rather easy to kill. So I'd like to kill as many of those dudes as possible. F that though, I'm done. I'm outsies. JSmith is going down one level, just because it's a quick look at. I want to give you guys a little glimpse of all the different floors that I can go to. Basically, just a fast sprint through the game, trying to get as far as I can, as fast as possible. Let's check out this gift shop. Maybe something will be less than $92. I can get spring, which makes me jump higher, spinach, which makes me throw bombs farther, and also gives me, I think, 2 or 3 more health, And an anchor, I have no idea what the anchor does. I fall faster. If that's good, I have no idea. Maybe it makes the physics a little bit more reliable. It's kind of floaty. And if you are familiar with, say, Doom or like Duke Nukem or something like that, the game is really, it handles a lot like that, especially with the mouse controls. I know that Doom and Duke Nukem weren't mouse controls back then, but if you can imagine playing those, it's almost like a Twitch shooter, to be honest. And just trying to run around as fast as possible, dodge everything that comes your way, and then move on to the next room. So if you're a big fan of the Twitch shooters, you might like this game. You can buy it on the website. I think I mentioned earlier, it's $6, $5.99. You can buy it on the website. You can buy it on the Sora. Still, the game is still in development. It's currently in beta form. Again, take what you will out of that. If you like it, if you like how it looks, if you like how it seems to be, if you like Twitch shooters and roguelikes, you might like this game. Nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just it feels empty. And I'm not sure what the game really needs besides that. Maybe it's hard because I'm not used to first-person roguelike games. But if I did, probably want, I don't know, the rooms seem really big. The areas in the game are just basically copy and pasted onto each other, so every room basically looks the same. And if I'm on a boat, well, goddamn it, I want to see some water that I'm in, especially if it's a haunted boat. You can do a lot of cool things on a haunted boat, I'm fairly certain. If you ever want to meet me on a haunted boat, let's do that up. The enemies in the game have, basically, there's a few different types. There's the flying little bat creatures, there's the big devil guys with the machine gun arms, and there's these little frog creatures that blow up on you. Frog creatures are by far my least favorite. I'm trying not to die here. Dying is super, super easy, especially when everything is shooting at you a million miles a second. And I have a few things on my left surrounding my compass. I have my heart, which is basically my life, if that makes sense. I have a shield, which is a shield. It's a kind of like a one-time use. If I get hit, it's going to take off the shield as opposed to the hearts, and I can keep it on after that. And then I have my bombs and then my money. Bombs, I can basically right-click and waste them all right now, which is mostly because I have this grenade launcher. I don't know why it's a grenade launcher when it's a bomb launcher, obviously. Trying to figure out which room I want to go in. If I go in there, nothing's going to happen. Let's go. Oh, I've already been in here. The map is really confusing. Like, it tells you that north is one direction, but then I could turn around and north is suddenly every direction. Something is seriously wrong in here. I see the boss room, boss door, right through there. I have 3 lives. Hopefully I can make those last. Here's to something happening. I did get hit. There's a lot more devil people in this room than I originally anticipated. Especially with this. Oh, I'm down to 1 heart. Not good. I think. Did I live? Is there any other things in here? It doesn't look like it. Let's see if I can find any more health. Doesn't look like it. So what I'm gonna do is basically come check out the next boss, and that'll probably be the end for this. I might start up a new one just to see if there's any other weapons, but I mean, what you've seen right now is basically the entirety of Paranautical activity as I've seen so far. There's a few different weapon choices that you can get, there's a few different power-up choices that you can get, but there's not too much else. It's kind of like a dark game. You can really barely see anything. The graphics could use a little polish, I would say, but I like the Voxel. Me and Voxel, we don't have the best relationship in the world. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's just it's what it is, man. You've seen a voxel-based game before. You've seen them all. I'm fairly certain that's how that works. Here's the next boss. He is Moby Dickhole. Big giant whale who shoots a bunch of red dots at me. I think he just ate my bombs. So I'll just keep trying to shoot those at him. He also shoots out these bat creatures, which are probably a little bit more deadly than that guy, to be honest. They're a little bit faster, harder to hit, but it seems I did the job fairly well. What the hell was that? Did I just get hit by something? I got hit by something that was dead for 1,000 years? That's some BS, man. Some B to the S. Well, it actually increased my health by 2, I think. And I also have 2 more shields. And I got his blubber, which I guess allowed me... I should have got that. I don't think I had enough to get the rum, though. I think the rum was 250, and I think that was actually on the first level. Trying to figure out min-max all this stuff. Let's go to the gift shop, see if there's anything that I haven't yet to get that is less than or equal to $237. Who designed this room? Like, when I go into a gift shop, the gifts should not be facing the wrong way. I should be able to read them as soon as I come in. Not sure what the hell's going on with that. Spring allows me to jump higher again. Don't need. Spinach, don't really want. Oh, I kind of want to see what this Kiss of Death does. That is going to require me to get, what, $63? I'll try that. See if I can get $63 before I get hit 5 times and die. If I can ever get through one of these rooms, it's going to be a damn miracle. So slow. Alright, what's in here? Got mob creatures, got a frogman, and a giant devil. Overall, not too bad. And as you've noticed, you've probably noticed, the farther you go down, the more enemies there are, the more weird shit that happens. But overall, it seems pretty manageable. The grenade launcher, quote-unquote grenade launcher, is probably the most powerful weapon, of course. But not being able to aim it properly, or not being able to have things explode on impact, is pretty detrimental to my health and the impact that I have on the enemies. But I seem to do pretty well with it so far. I got a couple hits on my shield, so those are depleted. Still trying to figure out exactly what to do with my life. Oh, I hate this room. I hate this room. I hate this room. And I got blown up by the kamikaze frogs in my rear. Whatevs. Anyways, that is the beta for Paranautical Activity. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. It's a pretty interesting game. If you want to find out more, you can check out Green9090's channel. I know he did his first impressions, and he actually had an interview with the developer. So definitely go to youtube.com/green9090 to check out some more of that. Rockley Smile probably has heard of this game too. Haven't really checked up on Nick though. But anyways, that is going to be it for me. First impression, $6. It's a little bit expensive. Hopefully when the game actually releases, it'll be a little bit better than that. You know, in terms of value to it. If you like what you saw, hell, it's an indie dev. It's $6. That's what, like, you know, a trip to a fast food place. Enjoy yourself up on some, 45 minutes to an hour of good times with a fairly simple but fun. I would call this game fun. I enjoyed myself with it. So take that for what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it. If you want to reach out to me outside of YouTube, feel free to do that on Twitter, JSmithOTI. You'd also, wait a minute. Yeah, on Twitter, JSmithOTI. Sometimes I stream things on Twitch. You follow me there. It's twitch.tv/JSmithOTI. And until next time, thank you guys yet again. You guys are great. I love you, and I will catch you next time. Later.